Today I want to share 11 green flags in a guy. In other words, I want to show you how you can find out if the man that you're on a date with, or the man who you just met, or the man who you already started dating is in fact boyfriend material, and maybe also in the future husband material, because the last thing that I want is that you start a relationship with a man who turns out to be an idiot, a jerk, or in the worst case scenario, a narcissist, or complete psychopath, or sociopath, or any of these variations. And I don't want you to fall into this trap, because I've coached so many women who I've helped to get out of toxic relationships with these kind of men, who I've helped to start dating again, to start trusting again, to start loving men again, and who I've helped to then attract the right man. And that's why I want you to just skip this mistake phase and this drama phase and to directly choose the right man. And the right man communicates with empathy. What does it mean to communicate with empathy? It means that when you're having a conversation, or even when you're having an argument, or maybe I should say especially when you're having an argument, he communicates with you with an open heart. He communicates with you in a sense where you get the feeling, yes, this man tries his best to understand me. He might not always succeed in understanding you because, well, you are two different human beings and he can't look into your brain, even though a lot of my clients wish that their boyfriends or husbands could read their mind, but I have to disappoint you a little bit, we men are not very good at reading minds. However, if you're dealing with a guy who communicates with empathy, which means that he tries to put himself in your shoes while you're having a conversation, and especially when you're having an argument, only then will you be able to establish a fulfilling relationship. Because if you're dealing with a guy who has zero empathy and who communicates with zero empathy as a result of not having any, in this case you're just bumping your head against the wall over and over again. Because then when you're having a disagreement, he will insist on his opinion even though he might be completely wrong. He won't care about your opinion, he won't care about your feelings, and he won't care about ever developing into the kind of man who could be a good partner, because he just doesn't care. But if you're dating a man who cares about you, who's very high in empathy, and who then communicates from the perspective of, hey, why does she think like that? Why does she feel like that? How can I make sure that this argument doesn't occur again? What is her point of view? If he thinks like that, then you have a keeper. And that's also something that I try to do all the time in my relationship. I always, no matter if it's about a conversation where we talk about positive things, or if we have a small disagreement, I always try to put myself in the shoes of my girlfriend. I always try to think about, okay, how does she feel? Why does she feel like that? And with this empathy, it then allows me to understand her, and to then also, in case I said something stupid, and yes, I have a very politically incorrect humor, sometimes I say something stupid. In this case, it helps me to then figure out, hey, okay, that was maybe not so smart, maybe the next time I can do better. And this is the foundation for a healthy and happy relationship. And a man who shows you that he's boyfriend or husband material, or maybe also both, he wants to spend quality time with you. It's not just about the quantity of the time he spends with you. I mean, if you're, for example, hanging out with your boyfriend 24/7 and all he does is playing video games or playing with his smartphone or talking to his friends and he totally ignores you all the time, then yes, you're spending a lot of quantity time with him, but not any quality time. And a green flag in a man, a sign that he is boyfriend and also husband material, is when he's focused on you when he's with you. Not focused on his video games, not focused on his smartphone. Of course, that doesn't mean that when you're, for example, living together with a man and he plays video games for 20 minutes, that this means he doesn't love you. I mean, I don't want to take it to this extent, but if his video games or his smartphone are more important than you, then you're having a problem. And you also have a problem if you're dealing with a man who has never healed his trauma. And this is a huge green flag if a man actually addressed his trauma and healed his trauma. And unfortunately, I know that from my own experience as a man, most men don't do it. and they never will. And this is a very sad truth, however, it's the truth nonetheless. And I truly believe it's because of our cultural conditioning, where men are conditioned, and nowadays more than ever before, to man up and to not show any emotions. I mean, if you look at most dating advice or most self-improvement advice for men, it basically says, don't show any emotions, be stoic, and as soon as you show emotions, a woman will leave you, which is of course complete nonsense. However, a lot of men, especially younger men, they believe that, and that's why they never heal their trauma. They never allow themselves to truly feel their emotions. And I still remember in my trauma healing journey, when I was crying like a baby all the time, and at some point I said to my mentor back then, like the person who guided me on that trauma healing journey, oh God, I don't want to feel like this anymore. I want to be a man. Why is this going on here? And then she said to me, yeah, well, that's actually your development right now. You're stepping into your real masculine energy, not into the toxic masculine energy of, oh, I don't have any emotions, I'm a robot, but into the real masculine energy that allows emotions, that allows vulnerability. And if you're meeting a man who has healed his emotions, and this also leads me to the next point, who has opened his heart, who allows himself to be vulnerable, who allows himself to be emotionally available, this is a huge green flag. This actually allows you to really bond with this man, and it also allows him to really bond with you without all these stupid, outdated concepts of masculinity, of being stoic and never showing any emotions and acting like the Terminator, without any of that. It's all about realness, it's about a real connection, and this is something that you can experience with such a man. And if you then find such a man, then you have to do everything in your power to make this man devoted to you, because devotion is an emotion that's even stronger than love, and then this man will be loyal to you. And if you want to find out how you can do exactly that by using the devotion sequence, then you can go to gethimkeephim.com/devoted and then watch this beautiful video till the very end. And yes, if you watch this video till the very end, you have the opportunity to invest in an amazing program that has helped so many of my listeners and coaching clients to make their man devoted to them. And I want to be 100% honest and transparent with you. If you decide to click on the link in the description or to go to gethimkeephim.com/devoted and you then invest in this program, I receive a commission for that, but I only recommend it to you because I truly believe that it can help you, it can improve your dating life, and it can allow you to make the man of your dreams devoted to you. And if you then decide to invest in it, you can make a screenshot of your order receipt and then send this screenshot in an email to Sebastian@gethimkeephim.com, and I will then say thank you so much by giving you free access to a coupon code that allows you to get your very first coaching session with me for only 100 euros. And a man who's boyfriend material, a man who shows clearly green light, that's the kind of guy you want to date. He's ready to settle down and he's ready to open his heart. And this goes hand in hand with what I just mentioned with the trauma healing, because so many men are afraid of commitment and afraid to settle down, not really because it's some manly thing to do, or because what unfortunately some of my coaching clients believe, that this is how men are. No, this is how men are who have not healed their trauma. And like I said before, unfortunately, there are a lot of men in our society who've never addressed their trauma. And now let's have a look at the next point, the next green flag, and that's that he's a good listener. In other words, he doesn't just talk about himself, he actually cares about you, he cares about your opinion, he cares about what you want to share with him and with the world, and he admits his flaws and mistakes. And this goes also hand in hand with what I shared earlier, with a man who has healed his trauma, a man who communicates with empathy, who communicates from the heart. Because if you're, for example, having an argument with a man and he insists on being right, even though deep down he knows that he messed up, or you know with 100% certainty that his point of view is simply not correct, but he insists on it, and he's not able and willing to admit his flaws and mistakes, then again you will only bump your head against the wall again and again and again until you have such a headache that you can't take it anymore. A man who's willing to admit his flaws and his mistakes and shortcomings, that's the kind of man who you can build a fulfilling relationship with. And of course, we are all human beings. We all make mistakes. We all have flaws. However, when we work on them and we want to improve ourselves for ourselves and also for our partner, then a happy relationship can be the result. And this man that you're dating, the man who shows another green flag, he has a healthy sense of humor. And there's a big difference between having a healthy sense of humor and putting other people down and being insulting. I mean, I have a very politically incorrect humor. I, for example, love Family Guy, I love South Park. I'm not easily offended. However, I don't like humor where people make fun of others in a very mean-spirited way. And of course, sometimes there's a fine line between humor and overstepping that boundary. But if you have the feeling that your man, for example, laughs about the misfortune of other people in a way where he clearly shows that he has no empathy, then this is not the right humor. In fact, this is not humor at all. However, some men, especially narcissists and sociopaths, they might be doing that. So a good sense of humor is important, and this is a green flag if he has a healthy sense of humor. And another green flag is that the relationship moves at a comfortable pace. And a comfortable pace means that it's not too slow and not too fast. And here you have to be careful, because if a relationship doesn't progress at all, and the guy always says, I wouldn't really say that we're boyfriend and girlfriend yet, let's just keep it casual, then of course he most likely only wants you as a friends with benefits, and he doesn't want to commit. However, there's the other extreme, and that's when you're dealing with a narcissist, and he love bombs you and he wants you to move in after day 2. That's again too fast, and then your alarm bells should be ringing. So a healthy progress is a green flag. And the willingness to be open and vulnerable and to share his fears, to share his emotions, to share what he truly feels, what he truly thinks. This is an important green flag, because only then can you truly trust him, and only when he allows himself this vulnerability and this openness can he actually develop this feeling of trust with you. And this is the foundation for a happy relationship. And he treats you and others with kindness and respect. When kindness and respect are the norm and not the exception, then you are dealing with a man who's worthy to be your boyfriend. But if you have the feeling that the man that you're dealing with is not kind to you and not kind to others, and he's kind of a jerk to everyone, then of course your alarm bells should be ringing. And this man, and this leads me to the last green flag that I want to share with you, this man has a certain level of stability in his life. In other words, his life is not pure chaos. To give you a practical example, he has a job, he has a regular income, he has a healthy relationship with his friends, and at least some of his family members. And the opposite of that would be a lot of chaos in his life. He can't last in a job for more than 3 months. He never really had a stable income. He never had his own place. He still lives with his parents. He has a weird relationship with his friends and with his family members. That's the kind of guy you don't want to date. But if you're dealing with a guy who showed all the green flags I shared with you, and he has a lot of stability in his life, then you can establish a stable relationship with him. And this can lead you to a beautiful, fulfilling relationship. And if you're at the moment in a position where you don't know how to attract such a man, or you're already dating a man but things are not going the way you want them to go, then you can go to gethimkeephim.com/coaching, or simply click on the second link in the description and find out more about the different coaching sessions I offer. I would love to help you, I would love to guide you, and I would love to work with you on improving your dating life, on giving you the opportunity to meet the man of your dreams, or if you're already in a relationship or married, to improve your relationship, to improve your marriage, and to maybe even rescue your relationship and rescue your marriage. And if you enjoyed watching this video, if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section below. Share your opinion, share your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. And I would love it even more if you would hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell. so that you get notified whenever I release a new video for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video.